How's it going, everyone? On this Thanksgiving Day, you know what I'm finna be talking about? A Bloodborne Remaster! Yes, there was actually some social media rumors and some stuff that people have picked up on thinking that a Bloodborne Remaster was gonna be happening and would have been announced very soon. That has been shut down by Jeff Grubb, so we'll talk about that. Bit of an update on an Xbox PlayStation title, one that I am very excited about. Hopefully it'll be coming fairly soon, and we'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, so there is some rumors going around that there's going to be a PlayStation event on December the 3rd. There were some updates, and that is the date that is being rumored as far as there being a PlayStation event. And on top of that, people have picked up on the fact that Bloodborne server maintenance was scheduled for December the 3rd, 2024. Connecting the dots, a lot of people thought that this was going to lead to a Bloodborne Remaster announcement on December the 3rd. However, that has gotten shut down. Jeff Grubb noted, "I promise you, this is nothing in response." FromSoft updates the Twitter account, noted, "Breaking, Bloodborne servers are undergoing maintenance on 12-3-24. The same date that was hidden in a recent PlayStation trailer is a remaster remake announcement finally happening." And again, Jeff Grubb noted, "I promise you, this is nothing." So once again, the saga continues about a potential Bloodborne remaster. You guys, I truly do believe a Bloodborne remaster is eventually gonna happen. I know a lot of people think that I'm being gullible, that I'm too hopeful about this. However, I would like to think that Sony knows how much people want a Bloodborne remaster. And the thing is, the Bloodborne Remaster, you could literally drop it whenever you want. The only thing is, you only get one shot at it. You get one shot where you get to put out this Bloodborne Remaster, and then you have to wait another however long, a decade, until you do it again. You don't have to drop it now. You don't have to drop it next year, although I would say that next year is the most logical to drop it because it would be the 10th anniversary of Bloodborne. But that's why I'm not as like, oh my god, it's so insane that they haven't dropped it yet. I do think they should drop it, but the longer they wait, I think the more the anticipation builds and the bigger it actually becomes. Now, there's obviously gonna come a certain point, it's like, what are we doing here? Why are you not dropping it? And I do believe you gotta drop the Bloodborne Remaster by the end of this generation. And I do think it'll happen. I don't know. We'll see. 4 years from now, I might look like an absolute fool, and Sony will still not have dropped the Bloodborne Remaster. And I really don't think it's a guarantee, since you look at some of the IPs and the games that Sony has under their umbrella. They have all of those games from the PlayStation 3 era that are still, in fact, stuck on the PlayStation 3. However, they did do a ground-up remake of Demon's Souls. And, you know, the PlayStation 3 era games, I do get the idea that maybe there's some sort of porting issues. Doing a remaster on those games is easier said than done. I'm talking about games like Infamous 1 and 2, Ratchet Future Collection, so on and so forth. But at the same time, they did do the Uncharted trilogy on PlayStation 4, and Bluepoint was able to do that, no problem. But I honestly don't know as far as why a lot of those PlayStation 3 titles are just stuck there as well, because it's been, what, 15 years since Ratchet Future Crack in Time came out, 15 years since Infamous 1. At this point, those games should get ported, and at the very least, you could say Bloodborne is still playable on the PlayStation 5. You can still play the game at 1080p 30 frames per second. It's just people want to play the game at higher resolutions. They want to play the game at 60 frames per second. And this would just be a license to print money on PC. These Souls-like titles are so big on PC that you would make an insane amount of revenue, and that's why I question the notion that Sony doesn't know what they have. Like, you would have to know. Anybody with half a brain cell would know how big Bloodborne is, and I know that Sony makes a lot of questionable decisions. This is one that I just couldn't imagine why they would be doing it, because you have the game, you could drop it whenever you want, and I do think it will ultimately happen. Will it be announced on December the 3rd? I don't think so. And even if that event happens on December the 3rd, going into an event like that with the expectation of a Bloodborne remaster happening, I just don't think is the right idea. You really have to set your expectations out of Sony fairly low these days. Like, Sony is pretty cooked, and they gotta go through this live service hoopla. You know, what you could see on December the 3rd, you guys, if that event happens, maybe like a nice gameplay showcase of fair game. That's what I would be expecting. I would not be expecting no Bloodborne remaster. A nice 20-minute gameplay showcase of fair game, them going through, oh, like, invite your friends. Maybe they'll have like a group of people playing the game, and they'll you know, come up with some dialogue and some interactions between the players that wouldn't happen in the real world. Like, that's what I would expect. If there is gonna be an event on December the 3rd, maybe like a nice 20-minute fair game gameplay presentation. That's what y'all should expect. Set your expectations so freaking low, and you won't be disappointed by Sony these days, because I feel like for a lot of the events these days, it's just a lot of disappointment if your expectation is you want a Bloodborne Remaster. Next up, I do also want to note Forza Horizon 5's PS5 release was ready, but it has been delayed, it is claimed. In a post on social media from leaker Xstasis, they said that the release was delayed over the summer, but made sure to clarify that it wasn't canceled. It was then said that the belief is that the game would be success on PS5, and it's still in the plans. It will arrive, they said via translation. I don't know when, but it will arrive. Forza Horizon 5, I think, would be a big release on PlayStation 5. I think PlayStation 5 could use a lot more open-world arcade racing games. We don't have a lot of those on PS5. I've been playing Burnout Paradise recently, and Burnout Paradise is great, but Burnout Paradise is also a game from 2008 that, you know, it's fun to go back and play. Great soundtrack on that game, but a Forza Horizon 5, that would be something that PlayStation doesn't have a lot of in terms of open world arcade racers, and there's just really not a lot of games like Forza Horizon just in the gaming market itself. I love the Forza Horizon games. I think they're absolutely fantastic. If you want an open world racing game where you can just kick back and relax, it's the perfect kind of game to me that you can play while doing something else, listening to a podcast, talking to your friends on Discord, or whatever the case may be, and you don't have to be that invested into Forza Horizon's narrative, but it's still a lot of fun to play, and I love having games like that where it can be a game you just play while listening to a podcast or talking to your friends about something else completely unrelated. That, to me, Forza Horizon is great to be as a game like that. Or you have a long, stressful day at work and you just want to kick back and relax. You're not trying to play a Bloodborne, for example. Forza Horizon is exactly that kind of game. That's actually why I've been playing Burnout Paradise a little bit more, just because it's a fun game to play while I'm doing other things, talking to friends, or listening to a podcast, etc., etc. I feel like it's good to have games like that in Forza Horizon 5. For me, would fill that criteria, but on top of that, it's also a great open world arcade racer. A lot of content. Visuals are absolutely stunning, and it would be great if Forza Horizon 5 was PS5 Pro upgraded. I don't know if, you know, they would want to do that on the basis of if it's PS5 Pro upgraded, Forza Horizon 5 would have the best console version on PS5 Pro and not on Xbox, so that would be an interesting development as well. But that'll do it for me. Again, rumor killer on the Bloodborne Remaster. I do ultimately think the game is going to happen at some point. Will it be happening on December the 3rd and be revealed on December the 3rd? Probably not, but there is going to be a maintenance period for Bloodborne on December the 3rd, so I guess be on the lookout for that. And Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation 5 looks to still be coming, but might take a little bit longer. Hopefully Q1 2025 or Q2 2025. I think that makes a lot of sense. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.